Hi guys, what's up?
Okay, no, you shouldn't host. Hey
Exactly my point.
everyone, welcome to the Screen Zone podcast. That's a banger of an opening after what, a few weeks of no activity, no videos, nothing.
Almost a month, I think. Entirety of February, did we upload anything?
Yeah, I don't think so. The last one was way back when, like we did one on
We
HBO
did
Max.
Witcher, HBO
Hmm.
Max, right.
Yeah, that one. So it's
So yeah,
been a big
so
month.
it's
There's been a
it's
lot
been
of
a
things that
minute.
have come out, and obviously the biggest thing that has come out in this like last month or so is WandaVision, and this whole episode is dedicated to that. We're going to be talking about the show, review it, complete with spoilers because it's a TV show. You should have seen it by now. But there's also a lot of other things that have happened, and March is a big month for media in general, right? We
Hmm.
have WandaVision, we have
Cap
the
and Winter Soldier coming out.
Falcon Winter Soldier, we got Snyder
Falcon.
Cut, and Kong versus Godzilla at the end. So hopefully we're gonna be able to put out like more videos soon.
Yeah, we have a shoot project coming up. Hopefully, uske around we'll be
Hmm.
able to see these things and
Yeah.
make more videos.
Hmm.
I like how you can tell it's been a while because new chashma, new layout, same two
Haha.
dumbasses.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, we are talking about WandaVision. Let's talk about WandaVision.
Cool. Cool. So now a preface that I watched the show week by week as it came out, and Madhav
I
here
binged
watched the
it in the
show.
last 2 days.
Yeah. Oh, also, uh, we didn't even say
I'm
our names.
Madhav.
What the God.
Flashbacks to the
God, we
first
haven't
episode.
improved at all now, have we?
Why
After a
would we?
month.
हमने बस layout change किया है यार और मेरे को
हाँ ठीक है
चश्मा
ना,
लगा
अच्छा
है
दिख रहा
बस.
है. Yeah, fine. So this is Madhav. I am Rahul, and welcome to the Screen Zone. Blah blah blah. Let's start. So I watched the show week by week. Madhav watched the show in like 2 days right before the finale came out,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that's going to factor in our opinions on
Oh,
like how we
definitely.
receive the show.
For sure.
For sure,
Considering
that's
what
gonna
all the
happen.
content in the show, it definitely is going to.
Yeah,
Should
yeah.
be
Because the
interesting.
show is structured for a weekly release. It's
It is.
because the way the cliffhangers end and all that, it's very much supports that weekly release schedule. But in anyway, we're gonna see how that turns out. So, uh, why don't you start out? What were your expectations going into the show? And like the first couple of episodes are very slow, right? So, how are you feeling then?
So here's the thing. I've heard a lot of complaints about the first like 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I loved them
Mm.
because I was seeing it from a writing standpoint, na. Ki
Yeah.
I was like, to write something that is that captures the essence of a decade defining sitcom
Mm-hmm.
back from the like 50s and 60s, and to do that, like do that of a different decade each episode, while serving your story, while trying to tell the story you're trying to tell, to set it up at least. That's a big challenge if you think about it. If you sit down and write it, it will be hard,
Mm-hmm.
considering that these are characters we know already. How do you make them fit into this new scenario that you've come up with? And yeah, so I really loved it, and I thought that the writing was actually kind of funny,
Mm.
which it should be because they're basically trying to emulate a sitcom. And I like how there were hints of what the twist is going to be, but they weren't trying to be too like uh, clever about it. I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
getting the word. They were, it was kind of self-aware कि हाँ
Yeah.
हम, this is the hint, and we know we're giving you a hint. This is not something
Yeah.
we're dropping hoping कि तुम लोग बाद में देखोगे Reddit पे whole blow up होगा.
Mm-hmm.
They're being self-aware about it, which I really like. And yeah, so the first 3 episodes I really loved in that sense.
Yeah, same with me. So, like, I watch them week by week, right? So, the first week,
Hmm.
the first episode drops, and like, we knew that, yeah, they're gonna play around in the sitcom style and then later get into the actual Marvel thing with the real world and all that. But
Yeah.
the first two episodes were a genuine surprise because it was 99% just invested in the sitcom aspect, with maybe
Yeah,
1% hinting at something sinister going on
which
behind the
is an
scenes.
excellent way to bring the audience into the world you're creating,
Yeah.
or like into the world Wanda's creating. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so sorry, continue.
And then of course, with the the third episode, we like at the end of the third episode, we open up into the actual reality. The fourth episode is completely set in the on the other side, and then from the fifth episode, we kind of flip flop around the real world and wanders the hex, which I really like. Darcy gave that name, the hex. Really cool.
Hex.
And we'll get into the individual characters in a moment now. So
Yeah.
uh, I think starting with just the primary characters, right? Wanda and Vision.
Mm.
These two, it's very surprising, especially with Wanda, that the MCU never had like there has been so many significant events in her life in the MCU, but she's never been a primary focus of any of them,
Mm.
like in any of the movies or anything. And it almost felt like she was just a supporting character, but with too much of a baggage behind her. And fuck, Elizabeth Olsen is so good in this role. Her, Paul Bettany, like these guys are so
Both of
good.
them fucking killed it. And I'm not just talking about how they
Yeah.
play Wanda and Vision, how
Mm-hmm.
they played Wanda and Vision in the 50s and the
Yeah, exactly.
60s.
Yeah.
That was excellent. I didn't know Paul Bettany was such a good like Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, yeah. Paul Bettany really surprised me in the first couple of episodes in the black and
I
white era.
swear, holy shit, too good they were. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and I one more thing I love the episode titles.
Yeah, yeah. They never
So
revealed it when
meta.
they
I
broadcasted
really,
it.
yeah, I
Uh,
know.
they showed it like a
They
few
basically
hours after
like
they
I like how
broadcast.
they're referencing that this is the first primary MCU series,
Yeah.
and they're treating it like such with the broadcast because there's like we interrupt this program
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
previously on the
Huh.
series finale, shit like that. It was awesome. That's what makes me think. That's why I liked it because they went really creative with the writing, which
Yeah.
is good because this is a story where you can go creative. This is
Hmm.
not Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with that, but
Yeah, yeah. Even I'm not that excited. Like, I'll watch it, obviously. I am, like, I'm
I'll
not
wait for
pumped
your
for it.
review, then I won't watch it.
Huh? And the next Marvel movie you're gonna watch, क्या हो रहा है वैसे क्या ये क्या wait क्या ये कब बना?
Yeah, I don't think Black Widow में they're gonna show Falcon and Winter Soldier. हाँ,
No, not that, but like going forward, like from next year onwards and all.
हाँ तब क्या
Then
तब.
and like Kevin Feige and team, they're not like they obviously know that being the Disney Plus series they are, not everyone is gonna be able to watch them right now. So you can't do too much of a big event in these shows so that it will really affect like 5 6 movies,
Yeah.
because like there's a chance that some people are not going to be able to watch them. And like with this show, going into Doctor Strange 2, we know that like whatever happens in this show, how it affects, and we can see what's going to happen there to some extent. But if someone hasn't watched the show, God help them.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm pretty sure like this is gonna be the same for, and that also commands a lot of respect for the audience. That like Feige has, like he knows that okay, we've made like 23 movies, 24 movies up till now. We know our audience. We know that they're not like the people who really care about this stuff are not going to miss any of it. And at this
True.
point, we don't have to pander to the general audience, in the
Yeah,
sense
they
that
have a little more freedom to do what they want. Little more, nahi. Actually, at this point, they really
kafi.
can do whatever they want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They can do a lot of shit, because
Yeah,
they know people, like people who actually care about this stuff. Like like if you're a very very casual viewer who's like watched maybe like 3 4 Marvel movies or stuff something, then like you're still gonna enjoy it, but you won't appreciate a lot of things.
true. A
So
lot of
a
things.
lot of things. So which
So yeah, with that, like, a lot of like, for example, Monica Rambeau.
hmm,
If people have seen only like Avengers or something, they will not know who the fuck she is.
yeah,
She turns out to be the daughter of one of the of that Captain
Maria
Marvel's friend,
Rambo, yeah,
Maria Rambo. Yeah, uh, which is good
Hmm.
because now there's more context to Captain Marvel,
Hmm.
which that is something that that movie desperately needed. Uh, but coming back to WandaVision, it's so okay. Are we done with the first three episodes? Do we move on?
Yeah, I think we spoke. I mean, what else is there? I did like how in the first three episodes,
Hmm.
all the like it was very mysterious. It was basically playing out as a like suspense mystery series. Like, it wasn't too heavy-handed as you said, where the hints were not like too much in your face,
Yeah.
and it treated the audience with. And also, one thing I saw when the show was going on during like fifth or sixth episode, somewhere around that time, there were some websites which were writing that basically they were echoing the emotion that we are tired of क्या बोलते हैं, this cliffhanger thingy, and like they were basically, stay with me here,
Yeah.
they were basically like kind of against the idea of dropping small hints and dhire dhire building up the whole thing. And one guy from Forbes, this author who I follow, like he writes on gaming and entertainment, he
Hmm.
wrote an article and the headline was, no, WandaVision isn't slow, we just forgot how to watch TV.
Ooh.
And I 1000% agree with that statement, because especially
Yes.
in this era of
Thank
like
you.
instant like binging and everything,
Yeah.
like if you watch something like Mandalorian, right, the same studio Disney, same streaming service and all, and they also follow a weekly schedule, but Mandalorian, even though it still like has a narrative that
Overarching.
overarching narrative, like
Yeah.
linking each episode, it still is more standalone in nature
Yeah,
compared to
each
WandaVision.
episode has a lot going on in it, and each
Yeah.
episode is kind of a self-contained adventure to get to the next one.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, you're right, this is more like a linear narrative split into episodes. And the cliffhanger thing, like,
I don't
क्या
get it. I
problem
don't get
है?
why, like, that
Don't
headline
you
is so
don't you
accurate.
want to like be left with something that makes you want to watch the next episode, other than
Yeah.
just the content of the show?
Yeah, I don't understand why
Another
like
huge
people.
complaint I've heard, which I don't fucking understand, और predictable था तो अच्छा नहीं है. Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
So what if it's predictable? If it's fun, problem क्या है? So was AK
Yeah.
versus AK. I fucking love that. I've seen it thrice at this point.
Yeah. AK
Photo
versus
ने fucked
AK.
me over with Bhavesh.
Oh God, I love, but that movie is too smart for its own good.
It really is. And even this, like, there were a lot of points where they were going really meta, I felt. Like,
Hmm.
the commercials
Yes. Oh
in
God, I love
between the
them.
episode.
God,
Another
I love
way that they're
those.
treating it like a series, they're actual commercials. Dude, amazing. I just wish that they had some time thread.
Hmm.
Because the first three, though, I knew were Hydra.
Hmm.
One of them was Stark Industries, the other two were Hydra.
Hydra.
And then the others, I was trying to look for some or the other Easter egg. Maybe I just missed it. But
Well, all of them basically connect. All of them were basically showing, not all, like the except the last couple. They were all showing different like stages of Wanda's grief and what affected them. So like Stark Industries is because her parents died and all that. Hydra because she got experimented on.
what was the
Uh,
soap thing?
Soap was, what was it called? The name. There was one which was called Lagos, which was the cleaning towel. Lagos is
Ah,
the place which she blew up in Civil War, at the start of Civil War.
right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. I think I need to go back and watch just the ads to get
Hmm.
like what they mean. But yeah, really cool. These tiny things like this, I would make the show fun.
Yeah, yeah. And
You know,
also
things like that.
those commercials, like those commercials were really for the audience, like for us, and not like your Kat Dennings and Monica and those. Even though
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
also an audience in their own right, because that's also something. After the finale aired, some people were also like kind of complaining that, well, what's the significance of that, how does it connect, like not everything has to connect in a story
Everything
thing.
needs to.
Some things can be a little more subtle, some things can be just for the
Something
actual
can just
audience.
be for fun.
Yeah,
Just because
exactly.
the writers want to be creative with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let it be. Fucking.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So episode 4, right? The episode first
Yeah.
3, like there's not too much that happens
So the
except
first three, at the end of the third one, you
yeah.
finally start uh, unraveling
Mm-hmm.
sort of what is happening. I just love how in the third, like they've emulated 70s sitcoms so well. When Paul Bettany is outside and Catherine
Yeah.
Hahn is talking to that neighbor or whatever,
Yeah.
उनके पीछे the background is so clearly a matte painting.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
other side also, it's just matte paintings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
God,
love that.
people
Uh,
really need to give more respect to the production design of this
Production
show,
design.
emulating
Holy
every decade.
shit!
Yeah.
Because so for a lot of people, I don't think between the first and second episode there would be much of a difference because they're
Mm-hmm.
both in black and white. But I could swear to myself that while watching the second episode, like, something is different.
Hmm.
Something has changed. It's either the furniture in their house or something has changed. So at first मेरे को क्या लग रहा था that it would just be 50s throughout,
Hmm.
and then at some point they'll go into color or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
not till the second episode ka end did I realize that they're going decade wise,
Acha.
50s, 60s, 70s, and then so
Mm-hmm.
on, which is a really cool concept. It's really never been done before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And fuck, talk about that. The theme songs, the openings of every episode.
Ooh! Every episode had different theme songs. Holy shit, that was awesome. Each and every one of them was fucking amazing.
Which was your favorite? It's
I
a hard
don't
question, I
know.
know.
That is such a tough question, bro. Mat pooch mujhse.
I think Mera, it has to be the. Mm, uh,
Oh wait,
which
I know
one?
what my favorite theme song is.
कौन
Agatha
सा?
All Along.
वो तो obviously, वो तो everyone is singing that. It like came on like a number one iTunes or something after it
So
came out.
catchy. Shit.
I think opening I would say is the one where the Malcolm in the Middle wala opening, where
Which was
episode 5,
the
the
the, the
Halloween
Halloween
episode.
wala.
Huh. Where is the kids going with a handy cam?
5 or 6? Five. Five.
Episode
Not
sorry,
five.
6.
6 hoga.
6 only. 5 के end में Pietro आता है. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's 6. I love that opening.
Where what is happening?
It's the kids are going around the house with a handy cam, and like at the end वो
Right, right, right,
Pietro
right,
आता
right,
है.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
Super cool. So super
That,
cool. So this
and I
is
really like the growing pains wala, जिसमें they're painting over a canvas, and it's the 70s wala opening, which shows the family running around in the
in
क्या बोलते हैं
the
courtyard.
yeah, 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 outside the
That one.
courtyard, no, in the
Ha ha
lawn or
ha.
whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it shows
Damn
baby
good. They've
vision.
really nailed the fucking.
Yes.
They've nailed the essence of these shows, which shows that these people understand what they're doing,
Yeah.
which I fucking love. Anyone who's like hating on the show can go fuck themselves, seriously.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, in the fourth episode, we finally get to the real world,
yeah.
and I love that the title also. We interrupt this program.
Hmm.
Uh, so we finally come to the real world, and we kind of sort of figure out what's happening because we see it through the point of Monica Rambeau, as we said, is uski beti. Uh, Here it is shown that there is some military facility who is sort of monitoring what's going on outside the hex. And I'm really surprised that they got Kat Dennings of character of all people.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, I'm not against it, but it's just cool.
Yeah.
Also,
Why not? Why
and
not?
then yeah, why not? Uh, Also, John Krasinski is in this, man. God damn,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a
such a good
secret cameo,
actor.
but like I don't
Yeah,
know how
he's
people are
just
missing it. I don't
how
get
people are
it.
missing. Nobody's talking about John Krasinski. They're all just saying
Yeah, yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
Woo, Jimmy Woo. I'm like,
Yeah, I
guys,
don't.
the guy gave us SGN.
I mean, it's probably a effect of Captain Marvel where like the Skrulls were inhabiting different faces. I don't know why people just couldn't figure it
Probably. I
out.
don't know why people are.
Yeah.
This is why people are hating on the show. They really need to like get woke about this. So yeah, in the fourth episode, we find out that this military facility is monitoring what's happening.
Hmm.
There, the mystery sort of grows
Hmm.
because Monica Rambeau goes meets John Krasinski, and she's like, "Oh, this town, it doesn't exist," and they're like, "Ah." So so the mystery finally starts to build and unravel a bit. Uh, and yeah, that's where, and another thing I love, the episodes are short. They
Yeah.
know that they can't stretch it out to an hour. Keep it at 30 minutes. Respect, good.
Yeah.
uh, at the fourth episode का end it happens, नहीं fifth episode में uh,
What thing?
why can't I remember what happens in the fifth episode?
Fifth episode is the one क्या बोलते हैं, that growing pains वाला where baby vision का दिखाता है theme में.
Right,
That's
right,
the
right.
one.
So in the fifth episode,
She
it
gets her babies and they grow up.
that's she gets the babies, they grow up,
Hmm.
and that is the one where I think Vision finds out ki what
Vision finds
Wanda is
out.
doing. That
Yeah.
was good because I was like, at some point this needs to happen.
Yeah. And I actually thought they would drag it along a little bit more of Vision trying
Same,
to find out.
and I give them respect for not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Because that
I
would be
was,
like forced drama. थोड़ा ज़्यादा
it
हो
would be
जाता.
forced because that's what I'm saying. That these people know that the audience is not stupid. The audience knows
Hmm.
what's happening. I knew in the first two episodes that this
Mm-hmm.
is like a alternate reality she's created for herself. This is
Hmm.
all like happening in her head, but not really.
Ha.
But yeah, so I kind of knew what's happening, and I like that they don't treat the audience like dumb fucks.
Yeah.
And anyone who wants the audience to be treated like dumb fucks, go like watch Riverdale or something. I don't know. So
Also, like even I respect them because there's like what, by the eighth episode, there's 9 episodes in total. So even by the eighth episode, nothing actiony has really happened. Like even if you take say the Halloween
yeah,
episode, right, where
yeah,
we
yeah,
see
yeah.
more power usage than the some other episodes, even there it's just like people casually using their powers for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Where we, I like that the children got powers. That was cool.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
And in the
coming
in
to
this
the
episode, right, in the fifth episode, so after like Vision finds out, and towards the end of the episode when they're about to have an argument, right,
also
him and Hambul.
before, I love how they're having the argument while the
Ha.
credits are rolling.
Yeah.
That is so revealing of Wanda's character. Ki
Yeah.
she's forcing that sitcom reality to happen
Mm-hmm.
while ignoring what actually has to be talked about.
Yeah.
Very character revealing, so subtle and entertaining as fuck. I love how even the audience like clapping and cheering and shit, and these people are having an argument.
Yes.
So cool.
And of
And
course
then the
it
doorbell rings.
and right before the doorbell though, like when they're
Yeah.
floating in the air, like stop lying to me, and they start.
Yeah.
Fuck, like I know, like no one has thrown a laser or like thrown a punch or anything up until that point, but even just seeing these two beings flying towards each other about to start a fight, it's a little scary. It's
A
very
little bit,
scary.
because you really don't know what's gonna happen at this point. Like, are they
Yeah.
really gonna fight or something?
Yeah.
Because at that point, yeah, you're right. There hasn't been any action thing, and
Hmm.
we know this is Marvel. There has to be something,
Yeah.
and this is the first point where you're really like, okay, is it gonna happen now? There's like a really awkward thing. This is not the first fight that you would expect to
Hmm.
happen in a Marvel related thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
and
then
then
the
the
door
doorbell
rings.
rings.
Yeah. Okay. Abul, how was your whole experience with that scene? Because it's a big scene. And you were watching like you were binging it, so like you had stayed away from all spoilers, right?
All of them. So
Acha, so you had no clue that
I
this was
had
gonna
no clue.
happen.
So
Hmm.
I here was my like moment by moment reaction. Okay, there's
Uh,
a shot of like the back of Pietro's head,
yeah.
and I'm like, but and at first I was like, but they can't bring it back. But then I'm like, but Vision's back. So
Uh,
which means this also must be like created through her mind space. But she's acting like really weird about it. So could it be him? Could he really be alive? What the fuck is happening? And then it's like Luke Evans.
yeah.
Luke Evans is his name,
No,
no?
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters.
Luke
Evan, sorry.
Evans.
Luke Evans है कोई रुक.
कौन
Never
है?
mind. Evan
अब-
Peters.
हाँ,
And I'm
Evan
like,
Peters.
that is genius.
Yeah. God, I love that moment.
We
So
didn't mention spoiler alert.
no, we did
Spoiler
at the
alert.
start. बोल ही दिया था.
अच्छा,
Also,
okay.
it's a show. Like तुम नहीं देख, it's the number one
Yeah,
show
if you
in the
haven't
world right
seen it,
now.
why are you here? Uh,
Yeah.
so and then he comes and
Hmm.
it's Evan Peters.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh
Thank you
god.
for using your Fox acquisition finally.
God, they
I really
and
thought
so.
Deadpool was gonna be like the first Fox property.
Mhm.
Technically, it's WandaVision now.
Yeah. Sort so thing is, so with my experience, right? So
Mm.
I had heard that Evan Peters was cast in the show. Like, no, I didn't know who he was cast as, but this was way back, like
Ah,
4 5 months back. Take it.
yeah.
But then, like while watching, obviously, I had like pretty much forgotten that that casting had happened. Uh, so the door rings, and the moment they show his back of his head, I knew, yeah, Evan Peters hona hi padega, because
Ah,
it
okay.
just is that kind of a moment. And then they show him. The entire world just went crazy over that moment, and
Crazy.
uh,
And the episode
and
just
and I
ends.
love how that entire week after that
What?
episode
Yeah, what
was
the fuck were you guys doing for that entire week? I just clicked next episode.
that entire week everyone was theorizing, oh god, अभी Fox आएगा, फिर ये होगा, फिर ये अच्छा ये multiverse खुलेगा, ये वो I loved it. That was a great week.
Damn good. So fucking
Yeah,
good. So that happened. I thought his recast was genius
yeah,
because not only does it work in the story, it works as a meta moment also.
yeah.
It's like the writers just winking at the audience like
पता है ना तेरे को,
ah
पता है
ah.
ना.
Days of Future Past देखा है तू? So yeah, that was so super cool. Very very
Yeah,
cool of them. Finally, Marvel needs to like do more shit like this now.
yeah.
At this point, maybe even bring back Peter Parker. But so in the sixth episode, uh,
6 is the Halloween episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned it till now, but Elizabeth Olsen is fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
She is
Also
very
more meta shit. I like how they've had them wear their comic book
comic book
adaptation
costumes.
costumes.
Huh. God.
I really like this show. They're being really creative with shit like this. Like even Quicksilver is wearing his own. Uh, both of them, even the
His own
kids.
comic book costume. Even the kids. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly, even
yeah.
the kids. And this was the episode where Vision finally starts unraveling what is actually happening. Right now, he
Hmm.
knows what's happening. Now he sees what's happening. And
Also, one thing like with Pietro, right? So,
mm,
when they get Evan Peters, and the way you can tell that this show is really meant to be viewed on a week by week basis is, just go from fifth ka end to sixth ka start. And at the start of the sixth episode, they say that like Pietro has been living with them for a while. Like it has been a few days or something.
mm,
And even though technically speaking, he's in it for just 3 episodes, five, six, and then the finale, and one post-credit scene before that. But he's just there for like what, 3 episodes. You feel that connection ki okay, okay, cool. Now he's a member of the family in that sixth episode.
yeah,
Okay, he's been
because
living with them for a
the
while.
way they show him, he's just sleeping on their couch.
Yeah.
So cool.
Mom says he's more of what we call a man child.
Cool shit,
God.
man. Really,
Also,
really
I
cool
love
shit.
I love the kids. I love the kids.
The kids, I like the kids. I like seeing the kids while they're on screen.
Hmm.
Their characters I didn't really care about
Huh.
that much. That is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one like biggest flaw I can say. I didn't
Hmm.
really care about the kids that much. So when she's at the end she's saying goodbye to the kids,
Hmm. Hmm.
when she says goodbye to Vision, I was like पसीना आ रहा है आंखों में थोड़ा. But
Uh,
when she's saying
get
goodbye
back
to the
here.
kids, that get back in that ear. So when she's saying bye to the kids, I'm like,
Uh,
okay, like I
yeah.
understand what's happening. I'm
Uh,
not really feeling it, but okay.
hmm.
I wish they had shown a little more relationship with the kids,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
felt they had some time for that. But I felt that they wanted to stay more focused on unraveling the mystery of the show and things like that, which is fine.
Hmm.
That's understandable. So in the sixth episode, Vision finally realizes because he sees what's happening,
Hmm. At the edge of the town.
where Wanda is basically Wi-Fi for these vessels of human beings.
God.
They will
Yes.
only work if she's in a certain range.
I mean,
And
Wanda
all
already
this,
likes a robot, so I mean, just think about it, right? Would you
do you
like
think
अगर कोई मेरे
sleeping
को
for him is not called sleeping, it's rebooting?
It's so like if someone would have told me like 2 months back, कि bro 2 महीना बाद तू मस्त invested रहेगा in the relationship of a witch and a robot. Like, हाँ, I mean it's Marvel, that's possible, हो ही सकता है.
Yeah, they
And
are
at the
good
end
with
of the
characters.
finale मैं रो रहा हूँ, oh my god, they're saying goodbye, oh no.
Should we will get to that. But in the sixth
Yeah.
episode, also all this while they're like um back in the real world,
Hmm.
there's a whole like conflict between Monica, John Krasinski, and Kat Dennings,
Yeah.
uh, and this like
Hayward,
director
the director of Shield, director of Sword.
of
क्या
Sword
हुआ?
and Shield.
तेरे को अब रियलाइज हुआ? God. See, this is
So
what
seventh
happens when you just
episode.
when you just binge it and you don't take in the information by week.
Yeah, I did. Okay,
Oh, batti jali.
so that's this whole conflict going on where basically the director wants to capture. At this point, we know that
Hmm.
the director wants to capture Wanda or
Hmm.
basically stop Wanda from doing what she's doing,
Hmm.
because it's the reason he's like,
Hmm.
oh, it's
And he's
unethical.
told these guys that
Uh,
he shows some CCTV footage that she broke into Sword headquarters and stole Vision's body.
and stole Vision's body, right?
Hmm.
Which she's justified.
Hmm.
So उनका basically क्या हो रहा है? They want to break in on their own terms, or they find a way to break in on their own terms. And Monica is like, I'm going in again. And what basically happening is because this sort of reality that Wanda has created basically like reshifts her cells
Hmm.
or her cellular like form or whatever. Basically something happens where if she goes again once, they don't know what's going to happen. So
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
time when she goes in, she gets superpowers.
Yeah, that's in the episode after that, after the Halloween episode when she enters the thing.
So I guess this is a good time to go to the seventh one.
Hmm. I do
Or
want to
no,
talk
are we
about
missing something?
no, no. So I want to talk about the Halloween episode. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Agatha, when Vision meets Agatha and they have an exchange, and like he
Yeah.
kind of unlocks her mind, and Agatha's like, "Oh, you're an Avenger. You're here to help us." And Vision can't remember anything from his past life. Now, while watching the show up till that point, did you have any suspicions on Agatha that something's wrong
I
with her?
knew that
क्या,
she's like something evil.
just because of the casting?
It is no.
So,
Just because the way they're treating her,
hmm.
there is no way she was not the villain.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
No fucking way. It's
Yeah.
like वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, this was really similar to AK versus AK. Where AK versus AK, while watching, you're like, this is all set up. Anil Kapoor has done some setup. Spoilers for AK versus AK, I don't
Yeah.
care. Uh, Even here, I'm like, she has to be the villain.
Yeah.
Because all the others, there is some like, even what's that neighbor Herb who like cuts through the fence or
Huh.
whatever. He's like, we're all here because we're all,
Yeah.
and you sort of get that hint from everyone around them except for Agnes at this point.
Yeah. She's
Agnes is totally
aware in
playing
a
into the
different level.
sitcom thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
She's totally playing into the sitcom thing as if she doesn't have a mind. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that has to be the villain.
Hmm.
There's no way it won't be. I was just waiting to see how it would unravel and why she's the villain
Hmm.
and things like that. So I knew that there is something wrong with her just because they're focusing too much on her for a supporting character of the sitcom.
Hmm. Hmm.
ज़्यादा हो रहा है. But I knew उसका कुछ तो होगा. So this I really feel like we're missing something at the end, the sixth episode.
Sixth episode mein Vision tries to escape the hex and then he falls apart.
Right. And then it turns out, that's where the thing is confirmed. Ki
Huh.
Vision was sort of resurrected in her mind in
Yeah.
this space that she's created. Because
Hmm.
without that space, he's like disintegrating and he can't live.
Yeah.
So that's again very revealing of Wanda's character. All the things in the show are very character focused on Wanda, and that's something I want to talk about because this is something that could have easily been a movie. The first half of a movie, ki there, Wanda has created this alternate reality for herself, and she's doing all these things, and all this mystery could have been really been done in one movie. But I'm
I don't think
glad they
so.
made. I really think so because maybe not the whole uh,
Then you wouldn't have
poured
that much
out to get her.
development.
That's what I'm
Huh.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But I like that they made it into a show
Hmm.
because she is now one of the main characters of the MCU at this point.
Yeah.
After Endgame, she's gonna
Hmm.
be arguably the main character. I think it's gonna be between her and Captain Marvel. It's gonna be a her, Captain Marvel, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Cap, Iron Man, and Thor situation
Yeah.
where they are like the three mains. Um, and I like that they're doing that because she has to be, because there is so much to explore, which they're
Hmm.
finally doing, not in exposition and not in flashbacks, a whole fucking show based on it,
Hmm.
which sets up more for the coming movies.
Yeah.
So I like that they did this as a series because it gives the respect to her that that character deserves. And it gives the audience also more time to connect with her, more time to understand what she's going through,
Hmm.
to have a good, hopefully, villain for Multiverse of Madness. Hopefully,
Hmm.
just saying. Uh, if that's the direction they're going with it, this was a fucking excellent move.
Yeah. So
So, getting into
let's get into
episode 7,
7. 7 is the one where it's a like modern family slash
modern family.
office.
No, 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 full Modern Family. Because even
The
have you seen Modern
the
Family?
theme is just pura office.
Theme
The
is, no,
theme.
no, 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 no. Modern Family. Because
I
have you
know. I've
seen?
seen, but I've read the behind the scenes and seen stuff.
Acha, they were going
It's
for Office also. Okay.
like it's a mixture. Like it may
Matlab,
be
yeah, the
more
whole
modern family than office,
mockumentary, the whole
obviously.
mockumentary thing is definitely from Office, but
Huh.
because even the character that she is playing is straight Claire Dunphy from Modern Family,
Mm-hmm.
straight up, even no difference. And Kat Dennings is Alex Dunphy,
Acha.
full on
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
Modern Family. It is just those two characters. So so yeah, this is where the modern sitcom thing happens, and this is where uh, in the previous episode Wanda gets so pissed that
Hmm.
these people are like closing in on her hex and shit like that.
She
She
expands the hex.
expands the hex
Yeah.
like more than you would expect her
Hmm.
to at
Also
that point.
about
It
that,
becomes, yeah,
because like we were watching week by week, right? So she expands the hex and then the episode ends. And at that point, I remember everyone who was watching just went, "Oh my god, is this how they're gonna enter mutants into the MCU? She's gonna expand it to the world. Oh fuck!" It was so fun. It is so
not a
fun.
bad theory. Honestly, not a bad theory.
Because like that's totally how they were playing it. Like tum Pietro ko
Yeah,
lie. Like they said that people who enter the hex, like they have molecular changes. So like I get what they were doing.
not a
Like
bad
very
theory,
cheeky.
honestly. Had they done that, that would have been also cool. But they
Yeah.
don't do that. Instead, because now this hex is so huge,
Hmm.
parts of it begin to crumble.
Hmm.
There are glitches in the matrix, in
Hmm.
the hex. Uh, like the
And
furniture moves from era to era
era to era.
in like a flash and shit like that. So
Hmm.
I like that also. Ki they're establishing her as one of the most powerful people in the MCU, but even her power has limits.
Hmm.
Because if she was all powerful, then the glitch which hota hi nahi.
Well, then again, she doesn't like she's not really like consciously in control of that stuff at that point. She's
Yeah,
mostly unconsciously
yeah,
controlling
because
stuff.
yeah. Even I think it was in the later episodes only where it's revealed that this thing started.
Hmm.
It was in the sixth episode only. That's what we were missing. Ki she has a
What thing?
conversation with Pietro
Like
saying ki
I don't remember
I don't
how it
remember
all
how this
started.
happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
it
just
was
remember
really a
emptiness.
subconscious thing, and
Yeah,
she sort of, it became her reality, obviously because she
yeah.
wants it to be, but also because she doesn't remember how it started. She didn't
Hmm.
make a conscious decision. Okay, I'm
Hmm.
gonna take over these people's lives. Uh, so in the seventh episode, finally. Vision uh,
Vision,
has
they
to
partners up with
Cat
Cat
Dennings,
Dennings.
and
They have their own thing.
I love how they, like, they're in the RV or whatever. They're
Hmm.
going to Wanda's house,
Yeah,
and there are all sorts of obstacles which Wanda's creating for them. एक तो traffic light है, वो traffic light
and
का
it's
मेरे को
all
best लगा because everything is empty
and it's all
and she's still
classic
standing there.
like sitcom comedy
Classic
stuff.
sitcom tropes, like, अच्छा, all of a sudden construction चालू हो गया यहाँ पे. Oh, now there's a school, kids are
School
crossing,
children are going.
so you must stop. And I like how even in the talking head portions, Vision is
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's just doing this to stop. Wait, what am I doing here? I have to go find her. And he actually leaves.
What am I doing here? Talking to you.
So fat. I love it. And isn't that episode called Breaking the Fourth Wall?
I think so.
है ना?
Yeah, yeah,
I love that they got the talking head in that.
yeah.
Excellent. Holy
uh,
shit, the show's good. And yeah, so this is where Wanda's this action that she's made begins to catch up with herself,
hmm.
because the world around her is, this reality that she's made is kind of crumbling and glitching. At the end of the episode, it was Agatha all along. I'm not remembering the tune, as I would have totally sung it right now, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we find out that, oh,
Who's
she was
been?
the villain,
No, wait.
bro.
What was the? Who's been doing everything? It's been Agatha all
All
along.
along. Oh, fucking catchy shit, dude.
Yeah,
And I love
and
how in the end it's like, and I killed Sparky too. I'm like,
K2.
fuck you, you bitch. How dare you?
So,
बाकी सब
right.
ठीक है, स्पार्की को टच नहीं करना था.
Like that at that moment, okay, you killed a dog. Now you've crossed a line.
All the black magic is fine. The betrayal of
Fine.
your family is fine. You fucking with people's lives, trying to get all powerful and all fine. कुत्ते को मारना तूने.
Hmm.
क्या नो?
That's Keanu. Oh, bad. There were so many Keanu memes, like John Wick memes
I
after
can
that episode.
imagine. I can totally
This-
imagine. So yeah,
Also, it's such a brilliant move to actually have that song number in there in that episode when she
I
reveals
know,
it.
right?
Such a brilliant move.
Brilliant. And you finally, I like how it's not just an exposition scene, or her,
Yeah,
or a villain reveals their evil plan to hero
yeah,
scene, where they're just explaining everything. It's all done in the song. Her
yeah.
controlling Pietro, her doing all these things. It's all done in the song. Very good. Very well told, I
Also, I
feel.
love this small detail. वो जो scene देखा था ना, where she's the cameraman, she's the director of that mockumentary,
Where it's like,
and
you're not supposed to talk, and it's her.
and people later like went deep in like when the guy says no ki, like do you think you deserve it in that scene, and it's totally Catherine Hahn doing it like changing her voice and her pitch.
Exactly.
Amazing. I love it. Oh god.
Awesome shit. Really awesome shit. Um, Now, getting to episode 8.
8,
This is where
which is a flashback
the
episode
whole sitcom thing, and it's a flashback episode called Previously On.
previously on.
Uh, this is where Wanda's story is finally shown to us instead of just
Yeah,
a character expositing it to another.
yeah.
This is where we see her as a kid. We see her with the family, why the sitcom thing is a thing, and
Hmm.
the actual blast.
Yeah,
So much that we've heard about but never seen. Finally, abhi dekhne ko mila, and I like that it's at a pivotal character moment
yeah.
where it's Catherine Hahn as a villain. Her character in this would totally take her through her life
Mm-hmm.
because it makes sense in the story also, but it's also a nod to the audience to finally show them what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I don't get the hate behind the show. The writing is very good. Very, very
There's no
geniusly
hate
written it
behind
is.
the show. I don't think so. There's just some disappointments with the finale, which I completely understand. Some of it is not like some of it is overly blown out, but some of it is justified. But I don't think
Okay,
anyone
we'll
really hated
get to
it
the
until
finale.
like the finale. Like
I don't know
even
because I've been browsing Reddit afterwards, and
there's your answer. You've been browsing Reddit. Reddit is such a small like percentage
True,
of
true, true. Yeah,
opinions
yeah,
on the
yeah.
internet.
Agreed, agreed. So,
Reddit पे तेरे को people, you're gonna find people complain to इस उस episode में her she had brownish hair, in the next one she had less brownish hair. Okay, this is not true to the character. You're gonna find that shit.
have you
There was a
seen
image, there was
r
an image
slash
of,
movie details?
oh yeah, I love that.
That is the worst fucking subreddit ever. It is hilarious because people will point out, oh, the director of this movie made a cameo in this, and it'll get like 32,000 upvotes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not a detail.
Yeah.
You haven't found some shit that nobody else
Th-
knows.
there was an image that would perfectly fit there. I think one of the episodes where it's Vision and Wanda on a swing, right? Okay, it's an
Uh,
opening
yeah, in the
sequence,
opening. Yeah.
and like Vision ka shirt pe you can see एक button खुला हुआ है इधर,
Yeah,
and it's
I
just his
remember
skin.
seeing that. I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
And I'm like, people are outraging over this. What?
yeah.
Okay,
Redditors are outraging, not people.
In the Game of Thrones thing, it
The
made sense
Starbucks.
because yeah, there it
Yeah,
made sense because the show's taking itself so seriously.
yeah.
This literally, at least the first few episodes, could be passed off as a comedy.
Yeah, completely.
Hilarious show, meta show, creative show, and
Hmm.
people are pointing out shit like this. Fuck you. Oh, this Vision is played by Paul Bettany.
God,
Fifty
what
thousand
else?
upwards. Other
What
joke.
happens?
So
We're
they
talking
get
episode 8, yeah.
yeah, we're talking about episode 8 where finally it's revealed or at least it's shown to us what the blast was,
Hmm.
what experimentation happened on her and what led her to this point. Not
Hmm.
just to be in the Avengers but to this specific point in WandaVision.
Yeah.
And that scene where she, like, I loved it. The scene where she uh tries to go and get Vision,
Hmm.
uh, but then eventually doesn't. That was a good subversion
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
really thought that at least from the way Hayward was directing, Hayward was telling things. I really thought she broke in, stole Vision's body, and then somehow resurrected.
Resurrected.
That was a good subversion. Ki wo, she goes and then she doesn't take Vision's body. She
Hmm.
just looks at him and then fucks off.
Yeah. And that was a good, like, yeah, like I said, good subversion of expectations. And I remember a lot of people, like, after watching it, they were like, wait, but she must have come, like, in that moment.
Mm.
Because like we see the entire episode, right? So in that moment, some people must have been like, "Oh no, she has to come back because Hayward said this." I'm like,
Yeah.
तुम लोग 50 movies देखे हो आज तक, why can you not like
Just
understand,
understand what happened.
yeah, like why can't you understand basic storytelling?
Exactly. Which is why at first I was like, why are they showing this again? Because there was a flashback, so we kind of know. And then I understood
Huh.
because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not how things really happened.
Hmm.
Uh, so that was really cool. And that scene where she drives to Westview, goes to the house lot, and just sort of breaks down,
Hmm.
that I felt. And then
Oh
the
yes.
power, just her energy just unleashes and everything becomes fucking 50s. And she
Yeah.
just, Vision comes, she smiles at Vision, and they sit on the couch. And I'm like,
Oh god. It's too
yeah,
good.
must show it,
That
must show.
scene, that entire scene in the Avengers compound. But what is grief but not love persevering? Oh god.
Oh!
Amazing.
And I love how you notice a little detail where there's some scene in Malcolm in the Middle where the entire tent or whatever falls
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Bryan
yeah.
Cranston, and
Yeah.
Vision is like, is he going to be okay? It's like, he won't get hurt.
Is
It's
it
not
funny
that kind
because
of
of
show.
the, yeah, is it
Uh,
funny because of the grievous injury the man suffered?
yeah, and she's like,
Huh.
no, he'll be fine. It's not that kind of show. And I'm like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
good writing.
uh,
So yeah, so this was the episode that sort of made Wanda more
hmm.
because it explains more about her while
Hmm.
not being too like, oh, look how clever we are. Like I was
Hmm.
saying in the beginning, that the hints that they give, they know that the audience knows this. So they only
Yeah.
give information that will enrich what the audience already knows and build her character rather than just retell what we already know. So that was good. And yeah, so Catherine Hahn's whole thing was basically she's like an evil witch,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end,
And
there,
that wait, we're in episode 8 only, right? Yeah.
yeah,
So we go through the whole क्या बोलते हैं, her whole past and everything,
mm,
and right at the end the fucking name drop. Ah,
that
that makes
makes
you the
you
Scarlet
the
Witch.
Scarlet
Ah,
Witch.
and it is so earned, because one thing I really like Marvel on certain things is that, like, she's never been called the Scarlet Witch in the MCU, even though she's
True.
been in like 5 6
She's
movies
always
at this
been
point.
Wanda or Maximoff or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they commit to actually, like, क्या बोलते हैं, to her taking on that mantle.
Yeah,
It's not just कि ठीक है, she just gets the costume out of nowhere and she just gets the name out of nowhere. No, there is a reason for that happening. Like,
exactly. I love
and
that.
she's one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. So, like, in the whole
Yeah.
Marvel comics. So, of course, like that, she has to deserve. Like, there has to be
Which is why I was saying
build
I'm
up.
glad they did this in a series and
Yeah.
not a movie. Movie then it would be Justice League situation
Hmm.
where 2 घंटे में रश रश करके इतना चीजें बताना है, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we
yeah.
we bring on a new director in between, and then the old director
Oh
guy cut
god.
his whatever. Uh,
I think you
uh,
didn't bring me back because you like me. I don't. Not.
I don't.
God, I hate that shit.
Yeah,
क्या है वो?
so
Yeah. So we're talking about yeah,
so
the eighth episode,
so
all that
yeah,
happens,
eighth episode, all that
and
happens, and
one
so
of the, like, the first big reveal, like, for one of the biggest reveals is that she created a fake Vision.
yeah,
That
yeah, 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 yeah,
itself
yeah.
is a big reveal.
Exactly, that
That
you
she's
can
that
create.
powerful.
She's that she can create a sentient weapon,
Yeah, and
not just
remember, it's
Vision as Vision. Like he has
yeah,
all his powers and shit.
yeah. He's got powers. He's vibranium inside the hex, of course, but
What the fuck else can she do?
yeah, and that was all unconscious. That was
All
all like,
subconscious. It
yeah,
was
yeah. That
all
was
out of
subconscious. Yeah,
grief.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
God. And of course, at the what do you say? The one of the post-credit scenes, they reveal White Vision,
White Vision.
which was also something I didn't
Is he
really.
actually called White Vision, or is there like a specific name for him?
They might be. I'm not sure, but I think people just refer to him as White Vision in
White
general.
Vision. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was also good because I was totally expecting a, a Logan style Wolverine versus Wolverine fight, but
Hmm.
I like that Vision went and sort of made him free because that's what happened to him as Vision.
Also, you read the Paul Bettany
That
quote, no? Like,
what?
I work. Okay, you didn't know. So, right, this is like episode 7 के end के आसपास. So, Paul Bettany on a interview, he said that there's one cameo that hasn't been revealed, and it's an actor I've like wanted to work with my entire life, and we have some amazing chemistry. So people were going gaga, like, oh my god, it's gonna be Ian McKellen as Magneto, it's gonna be John Krasinski, blah blah blah. And then and then, okay, so the actor Paul Bettany wanted to work with his whole life was Paul Bettany.
Respect. I love that guy.
Amazing.
That is such a like Ryan Reynolds thing to do, no?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Love this guy.
You should watch the that actual clip. Take it, not just read the
Yeah.
quote. The clip में you can see कि ये बंदा मस्त acting कर रहा है अभी.
Awesome.
Oh man.
So I
Yeah.
like, so let's get the Vision shit out of the way so we can talk about the good stuff. I like that Vision deals with this how Vision would deal with it.
Yeah,
It's a similar
philosophical
way he dealt
talking.
with
Yeah,
Ultron.
yeah.
He talked like boy philosophically instead of like just going Hulk smash.
Huh.
Uh, so that was really cool, and now I'm excited to see what White Vision's role will be in the coming movies because he's
Mm.
going to be there. There's no way he's not going to be there. Uh, okay, now that is out of the way.
Okay, wait. Now we're getting into the finale now. Now,
Yes.
for the finale, let's get uh whatever you like. What were you disappointed in anything? What were your negatives? Let's get those out of the way first, because I had
Okay. My
primarily two things.
negatives were not so much with the finale, but rather the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I wanted more characterization from the supporting characters.
Hmm.
I feel Agatha gets enough. I feel Monica Rambeau also gets more than enough because there is some context involving her in previous movies.
Hmm.
Uh, I wanted more of Kat Dennings and John Krasinski.
Hmm.
Ki, and honestly, even Hayward,
Yeah, he
because
just
his
turned out
whole
to be a
thing is
dick.
he
That's
just
all.
turned out to be like a really, really like douche,
Yeah.
and he just wanted and like so okay, it's revealed that he didn't want this to end because he wanted to capture Wanda. It's because he
Hmm.
wanted Vision
Yeah.
because he wants a sentient weapon.
Yeah.
I'm like that's okay. That's
Yeah.
very Mission Impossible bad guy
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
motivation. You're like, I want a nuclear weapon. Why? Bas chahiye.
चाहिए मेरे को because power.
Santa didn't give it to me. Now I want. Really? So, and even like Kat Dennings and this guy. So I was like, they're really charming, which is why I like to watch them. And I was like on
Hmm.
their side and all. But character wise, as a character, I wanted a little more from them rather than
Yeah.
just serving the purpose of the show.
Yeah.
Because these are characters who have appeared before, maybe not for too much, but they have appeared before.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
Maybe just a little more with them. Otherwise, in the finale, no, I don't think I have any.
Mine are, well, the first main one, uh, White Vision,
Hmm.
mostly because of how the conflict ended, which is okay. Now Vision's back in the MCU. एक मूवी के लिए मरा था, he's back, chill मारो. Like he's still not the Vision. Like there's still, he's got
Yeah,
some
which
soul
is
searching
why
to
I
do.
didn't feel that because
Yeah,
it's
but the
not
thing
the vision.
is, like I've seen so many
But I
fake
get
deaths in
what
the
you're saying.
MCU
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
point, and like, do you really like? Because the thing is, when you do it too many times, no, when you like kill a character, then they're back, death loses its meaning.
It does.
So, like, the only major characters who have died and haven't come back yet are Tony Stark, Quicksilver, like the Age of Ultron Quicksilver, and maybe a few here and there. Uh, but like Loki, at this point, it's a meme. The amount of times Loki has died has come back. Take it.
Yeah, but Loki is the only character for which it makes sense. I feel
That doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It just demystifies death.
it would be a problem. See, that would be a problem if they play up Loki's death as very dramatic at this point.
Because at
Then
this
it
point
would
you've
be a
killed him
huge
three
problem.
times. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
It's become a
Even
meme,
your
and that because it's in his character only to fake death. He's the
yeah.
god of mischief.
Yeah,
So
I'm
if they
leaving away
start,
any narrative reason. Even White Vision, like
huh,
ठीक है, writing aside, because writing wise I think it fine. Like the way they did it, I don't have any complaints with it. I don't
huh,
like, I don't dislike the way
you're
they did
saying
it or
more
why
what
they
it
did it.
means for the universe at this point.
Yeah,
Okay,
what it means for the actual stakes of the universe.
okay,
Because now
yeah,
Vision's back. So the whole show was about Wanda letting go of Vision and letting go of her past traumas.
right,
ठीक है, that at the end she's
right,
letting go
right.
of everything.
Now I get what you're talking. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I just don't like the
That could be a
idea
yeah.
of bringing him back.
Yeah, it
That's
really
one.
should have. I think I have a
And the
feeling
second
that they
one,
kind of did that before the second. I have a feeling
hmm,
they kind of did that because Vision kind of went out like a bitch. If you see
how does,
Infinity War, he really doesn't
yeah,
do
he
anything.
did. Yeah, he did. But then again, why
Uh,
should every hero
but yeah,
have to
which
get a hero death?
yeah, exactly. No, no, no. I'm not saying hero death. I'm saying in Infinity
Why?
War, he was kind of useless. The only reason he
Yeah.
wasn't the most useless character is because Star Lord was in that movie. Uh, that's it. And I feel that that's the reason they did
Hmm.
that. But I agree with you that they shouldn't.
Yeah. And the second thing is Ralph Boner. Now, not for the reason you might think. Take care.
Boner.
I'm not mad that it didn't turn out to be Quicksilver from a different universe, from the X-Men universe or whatever. Take it. That I was like 99% sure it's not gonna turn out to be that. It's gonna be
Definitely. अरे वो
kind
तो
of a
तभी
fake out.
पता चल गया था यार, when we saw Agatha
तू
controlling
बिंज
him.
करके देखा है, चुप कर. तो बिंज किया है. We had to live with 2 weeks of
Sorry,
theorizing.
sorry,
ठीक है.
sorry. Yes.
The what I didn't like, it kind of turned out to be like the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. Now here's the thing. You
Shut up.
can
Okay, Ben Kingsley is legendary in that movie.
He is legendary. I just don't
I'm an
like what they did with
actor.
hola, 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 hola.
Hello, eh?
Now with Evan Peters here, right? Listen, I don't have any problems with trolling the audience. Take it. I think it's
Yeah,
a genius move. It's a stroke of genius that they cast Evan Peters just to throw off the audience. Take
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
an
That was awesome.
amazing
That was
move,
too good.
really good move, and you can do a fake out. You like fuck the like pagal fanboys who really want to theorize
Who
everything.
weren't?
Take it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I want the story to make sense also. And for this
yeah.
thing, it makes sense. He was just some random guy and Agatha was controlling him. What I didn't like was you have to throw in you have to like completely like इतना तुमको जोक करने का क्या चढ़ा है? You have to it's not just a joke. It's not just a joke कि oh let's not just crush some fan expectations, but let's also throw it in their face कि नहीं है, पता चला देख नहीं है. But also a dick joke.
I mean, that's
I saw a
kind of
meme.
his character.
I saw a meme where, guys, don't be disappointed when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield turn up in Spider-Man 3 as as Toby Cumgun and Andrew. It was some dick joke. And I'm like, yep, ये पक्का करेंगे because Marvel can do it. And
I
now
really hope they don't.
I really hope they don't, but
I
they've
have a
kind of
feeling
done
that.
this
I
twice
mean,
now.
the boner joke. I'm like, that's kind of his character because he's really described as a man child, and at that point, he really is under the influence of Agatha. At that point, he's not
He
Ralph
is.
Boner.
No, yeah, but what that also does is like let's say with Mandarin and this guy, right? You
Hmm.
got like these well-known actors, you got them into the MCU, and turns out they're just nobody. So now it kind of throws off any like ठीक है fan expectation, fuck that, ठीक है. Like with Pietro thing, I knew that it's not going to be Pietro. It's fine. They're just playing it as a red herring. बट अभी जब पता चला कि ओ अब ये मार्वल में कभी आएगा नहीं एज एनी पोटेंशियल अदर कैरेक्टर, ओ नो, दैट हर्ट्स अ लिटिल बिट.
That way, okay, that way you're saying.
That and
No,
just the
unless
blatant way they
multiverse
put it.
happens, which I think is going to.
Even I don't know if they're really gonna
I
do the
feel
multiverse the
if
way we
and
think it is.
yeah,
The thing
exactly,
is,
exactly. I think that they're
they've
gonna do the
done
multiverse like they're gonna use, like they did Days of Future Past, where the second they're out of, I won't say exactly out of ideas, but
mm,
the second that too many people have died and too much shit has happened, and you kind of want
yeah.
to change things up, they're gonna do multiverse as a reset button.
Yeah. No, my thing is with Doctor Strange, right? So in the MCU up till now, we've had two multiverse fake outs. The first one was with Far From Home,
Far from home.
where you're like, oh, my multiverse se hai. Like, they
Yeah.
did get the joke, lol. Well, so I love that moment when they reveal he's the villain, but still it's a fake out. And
Yeah.
kind of here, obviously they never said is like WandaVision is about the multiverse. They just said it leads into the multiverse movie. But even then, like people had valid expectations. Ki this is playing with the multiverse to some extent. Now, like now Spider-Man 3, obviously like we don't know anything about it. We just heard rumors.
Mm.
The only things we know
I'm
for
not even
sure,
speculating on that.
only thing we know for sure is that Alfred Molina and
Is
Jamie
that
Foxx are
Sinister
back.
Six hone wala hai?
Maybe.
They
I mean,
can't.
even
I mean,
Sinister 6
yeah. At
maybe.
this point, yeah. Even if it doesn't happen, it's fine. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is, chances are that you cast all these people as these characters.
Yeah.
Sinister Six might
Yeah.
happen, especially because that's what Sony was wanting to do with Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. And with Doctor Strange Multiverse, so the first Doctor Strange movie, take if you remember, when uh, when he meets Tilda Swinton and she basically throws his soul for a loop through different
Uh,
universes. they kind of say that is a multiverse where it's not just different like alternate versions of characters, but it's alternate like universes with their own
Universes.
physics, with their own dimensions,
Ah, okay. Huh.
right? So when you talk about multiverse, it's three things generally you can talk about. One is that kind of a thing where it's just completely different like dimension. Second is like alternate versions of characters, where like one where Captain America is evil, one where Spider-Man never becomes Spider-Man, stuff like that. And the endgame wala thing, where it's just different timelines where different things happen. Obviously, the second and third are kind of similar, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, what I and most fans want from the multiverse is that alternate version thing. Okay, like, oh shit, Doctor Strange runs into a evil Captain America or something like that, something to that extent. What I think they're gonna do is what you said, Days of Future Past kind of thing, where it's timeline related.
Okay, okay, okay.
And they've done multiverse fake outs
Yeah,
twice.
let's
So
see.
I really hope they really commit to the multiverse when it comes to that, because it's been a long build up to it.
It
So
really
just
has.
go crazy with it. Fans are gonna understand
They should.
everything.
They should. They
They
have
won't
to.
get confused, don't worry.
They have to have balls in this. They have only one shot at this.
And it's Sam Raimi. You can't
Do not
don't
take a
fuck it
chance to
up.
blow. Exactly.
You can't. Sam Raimi has
Bruce Campbell
no.
भी होगा movie में.
He is also gonna be in there. Yeah. Okay. Those were my only two complaints, but everything else I was just fine
Everything
with. I
else I
didn't.
so they so okay. The suit.
The suit. I'm just pulling up that image. Yeah. Yeah. God, that suit looks so good. Also, the fact that they were able to, like, because when there are some suits in the comics you see and they're like, this would look too stupid on screen, right? And
Exactly. I like
Scarlet
that
Witch
they've
costume is one of
referenced
them.
that. Yeah, exactly. That they showed the original Scarlet Witch costume,
In
the
the
one that's been in
huh,
Ultron and shit like that.
yeah,
When she gets out of the hex, they showed the OG comics suit
yeah,
and now the MCU suit.
yes.
The
Oh
reveal of
God,
the MCU suit is the best moment in
it's
this entire show, and down.
it's an earned moment in the purest sense, where the
Truly,
build-up
it is.
is
They
like,
have been focusing so much on her character, giving
hmm,
all these subtle hints, trying to tell a story while being creative with it.
hmm.
So earned. At that moment, if she looked like dog shit, I would still be like, "This is epic. I don't care."
And thankfully, it doesn't look like dog shit. It looks
Thankfully, it
amazing.
doesn't. It looks awesome.
Yes.
It's. I like that it's dark red,
Yeah, yeah.
sort of setting up again. Could she be a villain in multiverse? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Hopefully, she is.
Also, did you catch the like similarities to Magneto ka costume from like
Yes, yes, of
Apocalypse?
course I did. Of course I did. I was like, Emily.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
Yeah, so I was one thing I was disappointed about.
Hmm.
There was no moment where uh, Vision comes to Wanda after defeating White Vision or whatever, and then the
Hmm.
kids are there, and then they have an incredible steam up moment.
But you didn't like that.
No, I'm saying that wasn't there.
I mean, it kind of was there, no? That
No, no, no.
incredible.
I want
No.
the exact incredible steam up
Oh,
moment.
acha, the exact
With
moment.
the
Okay, okay,
zoom
okay.
in, with the
Acha,
track in,
acha,
and they're
acha.
all posing and shit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Ta-da-ta. And oh my god, that would have
That
been
that
so cool.
that
But
made
that's
for
fine.
a
It's fine.
that made for a good WandaVision spoilers without context. Just incredible pose.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's a joke. Everything
Also,
else,
some
I would have, like I said, I wanted more on the side characters, especially
hmm,
Monica Rambeau's powers.
yeah,
What exactly is she, and what exactly can she do? I know they're saving it for later. I just wanted some hints so that I know what her character is about now.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. Otherwise, the finale was awesome, dude. I didn't mind.
yeah.
Like a lot of people might say that the hex thing is like uh, what is it called? A red herring.
Forward. Like they're not bringing mutants and all that thing.
No. The hex thing. Uh, Agatha tries to do her powers, and then it's revealed that there are
Oh,
hexes.
the runes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Runes, not hex.
Ha ha
Sorry,
ha.
runes.
Huh. How is that a red
I
herring?
feel a lot of people would say because it's really done without an exact explanation. It's just explained what runes are. It's not
Huh, huh.
explained or shown ki when did Wanda put runes on her hex and shit like that. And there's a
No,
lot
she
of
was
like,
putting them when she was fighting. There were scenes where she's
yeah,
just throwing at the
exactly.
wall.
That's
Huh.
we've got through speculation. It hasn't been like a
No, no, it's not speculation.
that is exactly what happened, like in an
That is
exposition
exactly what
scene.
happened. Yeah. It's not speculation. That is exactly what happened. She learned, like, she basically remembered when Agatha had her under the runes in the
Uh,
previous episode, and she just used that against Agatha. Like, thanks for the lesson, bitch. That's just what happened.
is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. There's nothing more to it.
Oh, my bad. Oh, that was really cool.
Or
I
karo
mean, that
binge.
I already.
Harami.
It's in the same episode.
हाँ तो you have watched like 5 episodes before that going into it at that moment
It was in
without
the
any break.
previous episode.
If you're gonna do a brain fart, really, it's that's all what it comes down to. Okay.
Fuck it, I'm still
Next time
binging.
week by week
तू है
देखेगा
ना
तू.
explain करने का बक.
नहीं.
Fuck off. I'm not watching. Actually, wait. Falcon versus Winter Soldier. I don't have the energy to binge because I feel it's not going to be that interesting. So I might just
Hmm.
watch it week by week.
It's also six
Just because I
episodes
can't.
only.
Yeah, I must
Yeah.
still
So
do week by
probably
week.
longer episodes also, I would imagine. Like slightly longer episodes. I just hope it's good. I just hope it's not
Yeah,
generic.
I'm
Like
really hoping it's good. It feels
it's
too
just
generic at this
it
point.
feels too generic. Especially after
Hobbs
this.
and Shaw feels more creative at this point.
Yes.
Not
Yep.
saying that's a bad movie, that's an amazing
Yeah,
movie,
it's
but
good
like,
movie. Also, they're trying to go for that kind of humor where like,
yeah, where it's like banter and they're like joking on
huh,
each other and insulting each other and shit.
yeah,
This
yeah,
doesn't have Edza Gonzalez. It's not going to be good.
yeah. That's also true. And
Exactly.
Vanessa Kirby.
Yes.
And
Uh,
Vanessa Kirby.
so yeah. So overall, I thought I loved the show.
Yeah. Even I really, really like the show.
Every complaint
Uh,
I've heard of the show is just the stupidest thing ever.
yeah.
I will never understand these people who like criticize shows like this. It's just
Mm,
bullshit.
yeah.
Uh, yeah.
That's about it. Also, yeah, let's talk about that final post-credit scene where she's. Also, the one thing before that, when Agatha says ki like it's told in the dark hole that you will be the Scarlet Witch, you will destroy the world. So the dark hole, that book, right? That book makes an appearance in Agents of Shield, but it looks very different. Take it. Now at this
Okay.
point, obviously, because like in Agents of Shield in like season 4 or something, Ghost Rider comes in and all that. They go crazy with it. Now, Agents of Shield, like the true fans know it's not really canon to the MCU. It's just a one-way canon.
It's just a
That
yeah.
too mostly for marketing. Because if they don't do that, even those people won't watch
Then
Agents
the
of
show
Shield.
won't exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige has never had control over that show because like he was not involved with it, except at the start a little bit, like for the pilot or something, but that's about it. And so when they reveal that it's the Darkhold in this episode, it's kind of like Kevin Feige going, "Hey, don't, wo bhul ja wo wala show." That show you remember it doesn't exist. Bitch. That doesn't exist. You've
So
been
they're
lied to.
retconning Agents of Shield with the book,
I mean, the show doesn't really exist for
or they're
like,
kind of confirming ki when we don't really care about this.
but more of the latter.
Okay, good.
Like we don't really care. That doesn't matter. It's its own thing.
That's its own thing. मजे के लिए देखो, just give us some money, Netflix, bro.
Yeah. वैसा है. So
Okay,
yeah. So
cool.
the dark hole at the end, it's revealed that just like Doctor Strange, she has her own astral projection
Hmm.
where she can learn stuff while her physical form is doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And she's reading the dark hole. Like ठीक है, cool vision, kind of villainous, nice. And then she hears her children. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, okay. Now I'm getting more of what Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be about. Where it's gonna be, it's gonna be two things, right? Either she tries to get her children back and she opens up the multiverse, and like Doctor Strange comes in and like they have to figure out stuff. Like obviously she's gonna be in a more villainous, like she has to be in a more villainous
She
role.
has to. She really has
That's
to at
just
this point.
the all obvious
The
conclusion.
way they've set it up, yeah.
Huh. Because before this we were thinking ki the multiverse thing happens on its own and Doctor Strange comes to her for help, like because you also do magic and shit, to help me. But now it feels like okay, she is going to be the source of the conflict in the movie.
Exactly. It also, and also set up by the fact ki she just when she's like walking towards Monica
Hmm.
after everything is over, and all the people in the town are sort of staring at her, and she's like, "Let it go," or "Let it go," whatever the accent is.
Let it go.
I also like that they're meta about the accent. That
The
accent really
accent
comes and goes,
comes and
doesn't
goes,
it?
huh?
And we're like, thank you. Somebody said it.
There.
Yeah. So she says like whatever, it's not gonna change how they see me. I really felt that was like a birth of a villain type moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yep.
not exactly a villain, but sort of how Loki was
Hmm.
in the first two Thors. Where
Yeah.
he's not, he's bad, but not really, but
Hmm.
yeah, but not really, but yeah. Uh,
And those are
so
the best villains where you really understand their
where you
where they're coming
really
from.
understand where they're coming from, and that this is awesome, dude. Imagine having like only Shyamalan has done this.
Hmm.
Had an
Like how?
entire thing focusing on the villain,
Ha ha ha.
and then bring it
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
bring the conflict in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so really, really cool.
Also, Wanda has had the like if she is to become like the next Thanos level villain or something, which she totally can be. She's had the most development in the MCU as far as villains
Yeah,
go.
yeah, she
Like
has
we've seen
definitely.
her like starting out or like against the Avengers, joining them, going through all this shit over like 5 6 movies, getting her own
She really
show.
has been through the most amount of shit also tragically in
Yeah,
life
yeah, yeah. Easily.
out
Yeah.
of all the characters. Losing the parents, losing Vision, being fucking tested on, uh, everything. So yeah, I also in the finale we kind of mentioned this before, but just the part where she's saying goodbye to Vision.
Yeah. Really sweet. Really good.
Oh, very good. Uh, yeah,
Man, I can't wait for Doctor Strange 2 because have you noticed how that movie has been shooting for like 5 months or something? It's gonna end shooting around April. We haven't had one set photo leak for that movie at all. Nothing has been like
listen,
revealed or leaked at all.
it's Sam Raimi. He won't
Also, like
reveal shit
the
till
same.
like, yeah.
I mean, a little of it goes to like Spider-Man 3, even though officially they've revealed like Molina and Jamie Foxx are coming back and all that. But
Mm.
Doctor Strange, it's completely shrouded in secrecy. We don't know anything about it.
Because it's Sam Raimi. He understands how movies should be made.
Also, it's gonna be Sam Raimi, not just like with Doctor Strange magic shit,
With Bruce Campbell!
with Campbell. And he's gonna have Scarlet Witch, not Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that movie is gonna be something. That's about it, I guess. So,
Yeah.
yeah, overall, we both really love the show. Recommend you watching it. Abhi kya recommend? You've probably already watched it. We
Yeah,
just.
just in case you haven't, we're
Oh, so
speaking to
that's
a
what
specific
happens.
friend here
Yeah.
who doesn't really care about spoilers. Dekh le, bro.
He still hasn't watched it.
I
My
think he's
God, how
watching
do
it
you?
like tonight only or something.
अब तो देखना ही पड़ेगा.
So
Anyway,
yeah,
thank you for watching
yeah,
and or listening to the episode. And we'll probably have like a at least see we're planning at least a couple more episodes this month unless work comes in because we've got some work from college and all.
yeah. In the next week, hopefully,
Hmm.
I get time to do a cyberpunk thing because
Yeah.
I finally finished the game. I've done like four of the endings out of all the seven.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, hopefully I get time and we do a cyberpunk this week,
Yeah, yeah.
like that.
Anyway, thank you for watching, listening.
So
There's
yeah,
some buttons down below, so press them. I don't know. Good things will happen for us. Bye.